1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of We Are Vancouver, a local podcast talking about local eateries, drinkeries, and all the good stuff that we have to offer here. Real quick, I'm going to go through the panel again. I'm Sheldon. I'm the host of the show. We got Jeremiah on the end here.
How you doing?
Jeremiah.
Hi.
Johnny.
I'm Johnny. It's nice to be here again with you guys. Appreciate the support and stuff. And today we're at Thirsty Sasquatch with our friend Sarah, who's the general manager of Thirsty Sasquatch. Sarah, tell us a little bit about Thirsty Sasquatch, what it is, what you guys do, a little bit about the history of it, and yeah.
So, Thirsty Sasquatch was formed in 2015 by Jeremy and Sharon Cram. In 2019, my owner bought it, and he had kind of a vision for creating this all-inclusive space that kind of celebrated all of the nuances of Vancouver that make it special.
Awesome.
So it was open. He had it since May of 2019, and then, of course, we all know what happened in March of 2020. So that provided, because Thirsty Sasquatch had a club license, it provided a really great opportunity, and so we weren't able to operate.
Oh.
We would have never been able to operate for the majority of the pandemic because of our licensing.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
regardless, there would have been no ability to serve beer to the public.
Uh-huh.
And so we used that opportunity to do an expansion. He procured the two spaces next door, and we just spent the last year building out and
Perfecting your craft, too.
Perfecting the craft.
So I know we got some shots of it, but just for the description with what's going on in the two spaces next door.
So in the middle space we have an arcade, a pinball arcade, with a couple of stand-up games. We have a projector that we play sports on. Right now there's a Timbers match going on, I believe. Is it Timbers?
No, not tonight.
It's soccer. It's soccer. There's soccer happening.
There's some kind of soccer happening.
Yeah, some. But we like to play movies. And then over in the far side is Hungry Sasquatch, our pizzeria, that we have spent the last 6 months delving into all things pizza.
Tell us a little bit about the pizza section of that. What kind of pizza is it? What are we looking at? What are we expecting as far as your pizza goes?
So we specialize in 22-inch New York style pizza.
That's a big pizza.
They're
Yes.
big, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful, they're delicious. We do a 72-hour fermentation.
Maybe not that beautiful.
72 hours.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
72-hour fermentation. So we start with a biga. A biga is like a fermentable. It's just like your starter. Your fermentable
culture.
starter. Yeah, your culture. And then you make the biga. You let that sit for a day, and then you make your dough. And once you make your dough, you let that sit for a day. And after those 3 days, you have a really beautiful, slightly sour, beautiful crispable pizza. We have a Rotaflex oven that sits at about 585 degrees, and we rotate it through the deck. So
585?
Yeah, you start on one deck,
Yeah.
and then you move to the next deck to get the top cooked, and then you move to the bottom to get the crust perfectly cooked. So if you look at it, you see, you get to see a lot of this like beautiful.
I see all the air bubbles in it.
Yeah.
It's almost like webbing in there, isn't it?
Yeah, and they call that a corny shell. So you get this nice, beautiful cook right here, and you don't have a gum line. So that's what you're trying to achieve with these big pizzas.
Oh my God,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And your pizza is phenomenal. It's like being back in New York City.
Yeah.
So,
For me.
full disclosure, in college, not only did I still speak with my mouth full, but I worked for probably about 3 years as a pizza cook.
Oh.
And this was in New Orleans, but the owner was from New York.
Okay.
It was a New York style thing. And I've had a lot of pizza in Vancouver, and this stuff is pretty legit. The crust tears very well. the large surface area means you can add a lot of toppings without crowding it.
Yep.
And you have done a great job with your sauces as well.
Yeah.
So you guys taking your time to unroll it, definitely did your research.
Real quick, what do we have here for pizzas? It looks like we got here so a vegetarian one of some sort, a little pesto on there. You got some olives, some onions, and mushrooms. All these goodos.
Yeah, so this is the Pesto Garden. This has no red sauce on it. It's just they call this like Jersey style, where you put the sauce on top. And so all your toppings, you have your cheese, then your toppings, and then you finish with your sauce. Then we have a cheese, and we have our combo, which is kind of like your supreme that everyone is always looking
This
for.
is what I'm enjoying down here, this combo pizza.
That combo looks really good, and the cheese.
We're gonna have
right
to
here,
shuffle
too.
this as we go.
We will.
Yeah. So who brought the beagle?
Who what?
Terrible. I'm sure like somebody brought in the vegan, the culture by them.
So we actually had Laura Meyer from the International School of Pizza come in and do a 3-day intensive pizza workshop.
No way.
And so she just this last week was giving workshops on like the different ways you can utilize pizza dough at the Pizza Expo in Las Vegas. So she's super rad.
Yeah.
Incredibly knowledgeable about all things pizza. Anything you've ever wanted to know about pizza, this woman knows.
Wow.
And so she came in and gave us a 3-day, all-day pizza training tutorial on how to make the
And I can
perfect
attest
pizza.
that she is smart, because I filmed her talking about pizza for like 3 hours. And
Seriously?
She knows her stuff.
She knows her stuff.
Yeah.
I learned more about pizza that day than in my whole lifetime. So
Yeah, and you don't realize really how like actually intricate it is to make a really good pizza. Like
Well,
there's so much
72
pizza.
hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just for the crust.
Yeah.
So
That is intensive.
Yeah, and there's so many pizza places, but to really set yourself apart and doing that fermentation, it really just adds that level of artisanship. And then we use the best flour. We use grande cheese, which has got that like it was created for its optimal pizza meltability.
got it. Okay.
And so, and then we use Stanislaus sauces, and so it's all of it together marries in a really
This is
lovely
delicious
way.
pizza.
it's delicious pizza.
You can get pizza anywhere, and a slice here is worth a
It's
meal.
like it's like 3 slices.
It really is. So.
It's huge.
Thank
And
you.
so that's on the other side. That's the hungry Sasquatch part.
Yeah.
And so you can have your slice of pizza, you can get yourself a drink, and then you can play pinball. And all of that can take a half hour. And you've just
Or-
spent a good amount of time having
Or
fun.
come out to the amazing patio, and there's a ton of people out here.
Where we're
and
sitting now, there's cornhole
a lot of
going on
space,
behind
and you guys
us.
are expanding the patio too, aren't you?
We are. So the hope is by Christmas to have the patio expansion done, which will be a really fun space out here. We're going to have fire pits, multiple fire pits. There's going to be an outdoor bar space, and we're going to really try and kind of capitalize on the fact that there's no place that really does that in Vancouver.
No.
So it's like the thing that we focused on when we were doing the build out is we wanted each space to transport you.
Okay.
And to,
It really does too.
Yeah.
And so that you can be in any space in any part of the space and just feel like you're experiencing something different.
It's
Like,
fun.
Something unique.
bathrooms.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the bathrooms are like it's like a whole other world in there.
Yeah.
They're
It's like a light show inside. I got some footage that
can go
we're
good
gonna
or
show,
bad,
but
but
like
they're very
it's
clean.
even going into the bathrooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's
You know,
awesome.
even peeing can be pleasurable in a restaurant. So,
It can be an experience.
like, exactly. So,
Well, Sarah, how did you come about all this pizza and stuff? Because you're not new to Vancouver. You're not new to the different establishments around here. You've
You're
got.
filming these
You've
apart,
been
so
long
you
known
know
as the best
Sarah.
bartender in Vancouver.
I mean, it's
think,
true.
for a long
I
You are
agree.
the class mixologist for anybody trying to set a bar in Vancouver. So.
thank you, Jeremiah.
No, absolutely. It's well
I mean,
deserved.
I feel like a leader is only as good as their team, and
Yeah.
only as good as the people they surround themselves with. And I think, one thing that you know about me is each place that I've gone to, I've really kind of immersed myself in that culture, and I've immersed myself in really getting to understand and know, and subsequently surrounding myself with people that have a passion for learning and growing and expanding and experiencing.
So one of the things I know that you have emphasize how much you believe in that. You have always continued to be a student on this journey and stuff. And one of the things we've talked about within the last few years is you completed a course in herbalism. Is that correct?
Yeah, it coalesced really beautifully with me getting the job at Tomorrow's Table. So I got the job at Tomorrow's Table the same time that I got accepted into the herbalism school. And so what that allowed me to do was really kind of take that botanical knowledge that you learned and integrate it into a bar program that was focused on tonics and elixirs.
That's amazing.
So, I mean...
And that's, what was that? Is that the elderberry
Yeah, the elderberry school.
Just not a Vancouver-based thing, but certainly an amazing experience, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I really found that helping you when it came to creating these drinks that you do.
Yeah.
Having that knowledge behind that, just to be able to mix and make such a delicious drink. So,
And it seems like you've really built a culture, even here at a pizza shop. You don't see many pizza shops doing like these high-end mixed cocktails and stuff like that. And all your bartenders are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And especially you do a thing called roll the dice.
That is my favorite thing to do here. Absolutely.
Where you're rolling the dice for... what do you roll the dice for exactly? Why don't you talk about it?
These are literal dice, mind you.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of the company. There's a specific Instagram page, Mixology something.
Yeah.
And they sell these dice that have like rum and tequila and vodka and gin. There's 5 different options, and then you roll the dice and then some of the variations are like stirred or herbal or shaken or fizzy or and so it really, we were trying to think, because one of the things that I really think that makes that really like stretches bartenders is having a culture where you really rely a lot on experimentation.
Yeah,
sure.
And that really allows you to kind of exercise your creative muscle, learn about new ingredients, and you're not just doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Every time I come in here, my favorite thing to do is roll the dice.
I've yet to done that yet, but I need to try that out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
So when we first got here, people were setting up. I rolled, and I got vodka, fruity, and bitter.
Yeah.
And I was served precisely that in a beautiful up cocktail with a lovely garnish, and I could tell it was fun for the bartender, and that made it a good experience for both of us. You know?
Well, and if it's fun for the bartender, it's fun for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's everything that you do in the hospitality industry in a restaurant, especially in a space like this. The objective is to create that experience, to transport people, to suspend the drudgery of your daily life, and allow people to kind of just relax and drink something that makes them think.
Sure.
And I mean, when you think about vodka, fruity, and bitter, like those things don't typically go together. People don't think about bitter and vodka.
No.
And
Fruity and
so
vodka,
it makes
sure,
the bartender
but
go like this for a second, and then you're like, I got this.
I can figure something out.
Yeah.
I want to talk about these beautiful drinks we have right
Speaking
here.
of the cocktails,
So the premise of the bar program when I first came on is I created this whole like expose of things that we want to do and achieve with our bar program, and it's really like everything we do in homage to Sasquatch, and it really allows you to kind of think about things in a fantastical way. What would Sasquatch do,
Okay.
and really think about the environment that he's in, and the mythical creatures, and kind of that like otherworldly realm. And it's really fun. But part of my thing was like
Cryptozoology.
right, and so but part of my thing was like fun garnishes.
Sure.
Like we have so much candy behind the thing because like who doesn't get excited by a gummy worm on their cocktail?
Oh
But, like,
I got one of those last time. I rolled the dice. So.
This one's got a candy cigarette.
Oh,
that's
cool.
been burnt.
We got some of these. Our producer got us some straws, so we can all try these.
So this is a riff on an Arnold Palmer. It's got a Lapsang infused Foro Amaro, which Foro Amaro is an Italian liqueur, bitter liqueur. It's got notes of like
Got a little cigarette in there.
Yeah, and he burns the end so it looks like it's a burnt cigarette.
Is that a candy cigarette?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Oh, here's straws for you.
Yeah, come on, you got to pass those down, baby.
No, I'm just going to enjoy it myself.
Hey.
No worries.
So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you get it started, but the tea gives it like a nice smoky quality. But his inspiration.
Ooh, yeah.
And this is Justin's cocktail because, of course, like if you're gonna have a bar full of, incredible bartenders, you want them all to exercise their muscles.
Yeah.
That's very good. It's definitely got a smoky quality to it, which
and that's the tea and the Amaro. So it's pretty much just like a fun riff on an Arnold Palmer.
I love it.
What do we call the boozy Arnold Palmer? There's like a word. There's a term.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
Like a, yeah.
And so to be creative like this, you have to have a really well-stocked bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or an understanding of how to craft syrups and because like that one has the tea infused Poro. This one it actually has a Kool-Aid Simple in it.
Ooh. Kool-Aid Simple?
Yeah. So
What's that one called?
we call this "Can I Get an Oh Yeah?"
Oh yeah. Oh, I get you, Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Compression through the wall.
Yeah, but for sure.
What's more fun and whimsical than thinking about a boozy slushy with Kool-Aid?
I love it.
I mean,
Yeah.
that if we had a 114-degree day a month ago, that motherfucker would have been fantastic.
When I'm in Disneyland, that's what I want right there.
No doubt,
I'll
right?
tell you what, man.
I'll pay $20 for an
I
oh
will,
yeah.
absolutely.
And this is Katelyn's cocktail, so it's got spiced
Katelyn's?
rum.
Okay.
Yeah, spiced rum, Fernet, the Kool-Aid Simple, and some citrus, and it's just really fun.
Love Katelyn.
You know what's really fun is you, after describing the type of environment that you're trying to create here and kind of the influences you've had, you can identify each of these very high quality but also very unique cocktails to your bartenders, and that whole theme you've got of letting them exercise their creativity clearly comes through.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
and
awesome.
your personality is expressed through what you create.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think what's more fun than drinks.
That's
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
fantastic.
Yeah. And so as we try, I think one of the things, I'm excited for a lot that's happening in Vancouver, downtown, and this is our first I guess go at Uptown Vancouver and stuff like that. One of the today I went to Clark County, Clark County, picked up my bike. They fixed it for super cheap. Put used parts on it that they let me pick out and stuff, so they didn't have to use new parts. And my bike is it's perfect. I love that is like a part of Vancouver community now, especially in the Uptown era. And then you have Trapdoor up here. You have different cool stuff happening. La Bottega's up here. What are some of the things that you're excited about for the future of Uptown Vancouver?
Continual growth and development. There's a lot of really cool, exciting things that are just coming to Vancouver in general. But it's been really fun because I've lived here for about 20 years now, and just really being a part of the downtown community since roughly about 2009, 2010.
Okay.
When Space Art Collective days, when we had a bunch of the art galleries in downtown Vancouver. But just to see how, at that time in 2010, good luck finding a place you wanted to hang out late at night, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But now, look at us in 2021 with all of these incredible spaces, with all of these incredible drinks, and just
And incredible
the evolution.
people.
Yeah,
That's
You
the
guys are
birth of this
making new
podcast
friends
right now.
every day, all day.
How beautiful
Yeah.
Vancouver is, and
Yeah,
the 8 years I've worked here now,
that's
to
right.
see it come from year one to not knowing anybody, and now being on a porch with I know all these people.
It's
I love
crazy.
It.
It's a big community, but a
the
small
community and the vibe is just so strong.
And that's why we come here to celebrate with people like yourself every time. So,
Try
Because
out
you guys
drinks
create
and
these
delicious.
spaces, and this is amazing. This is what we want to do too, even with the podcast, is kind of bring awareness, but also this is such a growing and thriving community, and there's so many good people here, and there's so
But we
many
also want to keep it to ourselves.
Yeah, and we also want to keep it to ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't want too many people to come here from out of state.
share
But
this.
you also do.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
don't.
Keep it small, local,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
lovely.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But it's amazing. I love seeing especially a new business like this, like Thirsty Sasquatch, thrive and grow in the midst of it's been such a hard 2020.
Right.
I know you guys had some setbacks opening up and stuff like that, but as soon as you opened up, it was like this amazing thing.
Well, especially for the service industry too. This has been like a really traumatic time for anybody that has worked in the service industry.
Sure.
Whether it's from an owner perspective, a management perspective, a server perspective, or a kitchen perspective, like staffing shortages, pork shortages, flour shortages, like everything that we've faced this last year and a half is unprecedented. You know, and I've heard a lot of people talk about, you know, I don't know, like a roaring 20s all over again. And I feel like everyone's chomping at the bit for something like that. Like we all want to go out, we want to hang out with people we love. We've spent a year marooned on our islands.
And we're not certain about what the future necessarily is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But please
Well,
be
it
nice
takes
to your
a-
fellow server and just
tip heavily,
do everything you
remember
can.
everything that people do
Oh,
to
be
make
kind and
your
gracious.
experience
Yeah.
better.
Just be, yes.
Yeah.
Be kind. Be
kind.
gracious. Yeah.
Every restaurant you go to is understaffed.
Be a decent human being that
Yeah.
you know how to be.
And if you're sitting there listening to this and you are a veteran of the service industry and decided not to go back, it's understood. But to those of you hanging in there, man, we tip our
Yeah.
hats because
Yeah.
we
Great.
enjoy every moment and we want you to feel our gratitude.
It's a great thing that you're doing. Yeah.
Indeed.
And you're creating community. You're not just doing it, you know, for yourself.
You're not just trying to make a buck.
Yeah, it's
So-
much appreciated. And I know everywhere from the supply chains to finding workers, and like it's hard to have a restaurant right now, but to see you guys thriving is awesome.
Yeah.
It's really, really great.
And I mean, look at how much fun everyone's having.
Yeah, and everyone's having a good time. This is what everyone needed after a long 2020.
Sheldon,
you
how
know?
many people you think are behind us in this patio back behind here?
I'm really bad at guesstimating that sort of thing. I never won that in like kindergarten when you had to
Couldn't
guess
count
the
the, like,
jelly
jelly
beans.
beans?
No. But I'm estimating at least 30, 35, 40. Maybe.
Good on-
And that's
We
on
want to
the
make sure we
patio.
come in
That's on the
under
patio out here.
their capacity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't. And
It's like Price
It's
is Right.
outside.
Guess
It's
what?
a little bit more.
Yeah. And I love that you guys stuck with the Sasquatch theme too.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jamie from Brood, the owner of Brood. Shout out to
Yes.
Jamie Brebner from Brood. Huge cryptozoologist.
Bigfoot
loves
fan, like
loves Bigfoot.
anything.
Loves Sasquatch.
Anything
and so to
like-
carry that through of the Northwest theming of like this is who we are is a Northwest, because I think that gets lost. You know, we're
Oh,
not
yeah.
like any other cities. We're not like anywhere else in the world. We're our own people, and we're our own. Like the Northwest is where we live, and I love that you guys really like, especially the wall, like the art on the walls and stuff, the murals. Like you guys really paid homage to that like Northwest theming. And
Well, we brought in some incredible artists to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of them are just like prolific graffiti artists in the Pacific Northwest.
That's awesome.
404 era, who did all the little creatures along the Erie. Plastic Birdie, who did this, he's out of Portland. It's fun. It's whimsy. It's fun. It's hip, but not too hip.
not too hip.
Yeah.
And besides, the logo is unmistakable. When you see that Sasquatch silhouette with a beer in his hands, or alternately with a slice of pizza in his hand, you know exactly what you're looking at.
Tell us what this Kool-Aid thing is.
So it's a spiced rum cocktail. Booze slushy
Okay,
with Fernet and Kool-Aid Simple, and
Oh
then you
my
have some
God.
citrus in there.
perfect.
Super fun, super whimsy. You get the aromatics of the mint while you're taking a drink, and then you know, it's just, who doesn't like slushies?
Looks like a little burnt lemon up on top
It's
there.
a dehydrated lime.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
By the way, I mentioned Bike Clark County. Amazing. They're nonprofit. They're right here on Main Street.
indeed.
They have bike clubs. They have classes. They have everything. They fixed my
Little
bike
bit.
so quick and for so cheap. It was insane.
And
so
if
my
you are
fixie
a
is-
bike mechanic with time on your hands, you can volunteer.
you can
with them
volunteer.
and
Exactly.
do your community some service. The bicycle I rode here on,
Yeah.
I got from Bike Clark County.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah, they sell bikes. They sell anything you need. You need new brakes. They have either used. They have boxes of used stuff, or they have new stuff.
And what's that, mate? 7 blocks from here? 6?
Yeah. So yeah.
So
Maybe.
Maybe 5 blocks south.
Right across from Relevant.
Right across from Relevant Coffee, correct?
So Main Street here offers a plethora of options. It is a wealth of different influential community members all concentrated here in an inconspicuous little town just north of Portland, Oregon.
That's
We love it.
It's always been like Portland's like
Sister.
Yeah.
under like little brother.
Underappreciated
Little brother,
little,
yeah.
Yeah.
But cooler, little brother.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've grown up to be cooler, right?
Right.
Portland
Yeah,
peaked,
dude.
y'all. Portland peaked.
The glow up,
So,
baby.
yeah, the
Yeah.
glow up.
And I
Yeah,
love
you're right.
that. I love that.
Oh, it's fun.
Jeremiah, I know we always mention the music scene, but we got a chance to see you guys. I mean, a bunch of other bands play at Brick House for their birthday.
That was
So-
fantastic. The music scene here is great. I want to give a little shout out, if I may, to Kingsley Garden Studios. Aaron Marcelanian
Aaron's
is
an amazing guy.
local musician and a great
Shout
guy
out
to
to
have
Aaron.
around. I got to spend 4 hours in his studio yesterday just
Awesome.
trying to lay down some tracks. It's not something I've ever done
That the little garden
personally.
studio he has?
Yeah.
I love it,
And
dude.
it's super cool.
Oh, he's
It's
great.
quality. He sent me some rough tracks, and I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, he's
Who's
great.
playing that guitar? The level of professionalism is great.
Yeah.
The music is definitely going to step up. But if you're a singer-songwriter out there in Vancouver trying to cut some tracks, Kingsley Garden Studios, Aaron Marcelanian's the man. And we've got it all right here, folks.
As per live music too, our producer Mark invited me up to Trapdoor the other day to see John C. and the Exquisite Taste of Water.
Yes.
Yes.
Trapdoor does some
On the
amazing
Exquisite
musical
taste of
stuff.
plain water. It's
Plain
called
water. Sorry about that.
The Taste, as it's colloquially goes by. But
The taste. There we go. And
do
goodness
I have
me.
basil on my tooth?
No, you're good, buddy.
Okay, good.
I promise.
Just
you.
checking.
I'm just scared to smile.
Trapdoor,
Yes, I do.
that's a fun little live venue for music, and tell you what, those guys, first time watching them rock out, they kill it. Shout out to John C, man, you're doing a good job. out
Last
there
time
with
I was
that
there,
bass,
they
sopping
had
the
like a
bass.
little folk group going and stuff, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
I've
A
seen them
lot of
one time.
banjos, a lot of
Yeah.
stand-up basses, and like a lot of like cool little just a
They
really
got-
cool
they
little
got-
community.
They got a fun little patio too.
Yeah.
I think once this one gets expanded, this is going to be awesome for some
Do
live
you
music.
have-
You guys
Yeah.
You got plans for that?
We do. We have plans for live music. I think I don't know if anybody has heard, but our owner is actually a fairly prolific musician, and so
Yes.
he's got lots of connections, and I think that we will be able to really capitalize that in a really bad way. In terms of like sound systems and things that I've not always been able to find as a musician in Vancouver. So
You're going to love to play here because you're going to have a good setup if you
Yeah.
are a live musician.
Yeah.
Same.
I have a seance scheduled for October.
Really?
Yeah, so Halloween seance.
Yeah,
Bringing
that sounds
a magician in to do like this like dark magic on. Yeah.
You heard it
So
here
we're
first.
really excited about that, and we just want to do a lot of really cool events like that. I just did a matchless tap takeover with a magician, and we did like tableside tricks that was really, really, really
Fun.
cute and adorable.
That's fun.
Heck yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So it sounds
I
like
love
your resources have not been tapped out yet, and
don't
your
think so.
creativity never will be if it's anything, if you're still the same Sarah that everybody knows. But to this point, what's your favorite part about running this crew over here?
Running the crew? I mean, it's a motley crew, that's for sure. But I mean, I think every single person that I have employed has a deep connection to Vancouver and to downtown.
Absolutely.
And I really think,
I would 100% agree with that.
yeah. And so, again, when it comes to thinking about, staffing a space, one thing that I feel like I've learned is like, how does this person's personality play into the whole? And I don't want everybody to be the same. I don't want cookie cutter, but I want it all to kind of mesh together in a really nice way.
Yeah.
I would say you've really been getting onto the creativity and the uniqueness of your crew, but also that being like individualized strengths that work with each other, and like that, the way that you kind of puzzle piece that together to make that work so well is, I gotta say, just bravo, very impressive.
Thank
very
you. And I
impressive.
mean, we're just sometimes it's hard because
It's a learning process.
It's a learning process.
Treat
And
teamwork make the dream work.
you think somebody's going to work, and you put them in this space, and their personality interacts with other people, and it doesn't work. And like, cool, this doesn't work for you. This doesn't work for us. This thing has moved down. Good luck on everything. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're cultivating a culture, and you're cultivating a spirit.
Yeah.
And there's no better way to cultivate the spirit of a space than providing different personalities that really enhance them.
Absolutely.
You're curating a vibe.
Yeah.
And in curating the vibe, the staffing becomes important.
You're curating
You're
vibe.
curating the vibe.
I think
I
the
dig it,
teachers
man.
say that.
That is a brilliant and perceptive way to say that.
Yeah.
I just think that, and they do such a phenomenal job of that here. Such a phenomenal job.
And one of the things that I love about, I mean, you guys are always busy, but you guys, like, the line is, even if the line's long, you guys move through the line very quickly, but it's not like when I get to the front of the line, they're just trying to move me through.
No.
I feel like I have connection with everyone that I'm
Sure. I'll tell you right now, from working,
that's like a
That's tough to manage.
working
right?
in the service industry, to create a personable experience as well as
Where it doesn't feel
try
like
to make
you're-
it a quick thing. You don't want
Yeah.
everybody to be waiting for that long.
Exactly.
But to create it, to make it a personable experience at the same time.
to build a team that does that, it's amazing. And then you have the people that are delivering, the pizzas out to the patio and stuff like that. And they always stop by and, give you a pat on the back or say, hey, what's up, man? And stuff. Like, you just feel welcome the whole time here. And I think you really curated this amazing space at Thirsty. And I know that was all you. Like, you're
I didn't do
amazing.
it. No, Cheyenne and everybody helped a lot.
Yes.
We spent, because we thought we were going
Cheyenne
to
is
open in
amazing.
January, we spent months and months painting and repainting walls. And
Did that make you better?
I think it unified us towards a common goal.
Okay.
And so, it was definitely, I've never been a project manager for a construction zone, so I learned a lot. It stretched my muscles a little bit.
Sure.
In a funny way, but it was fun. It was fun. I don't think I would want to do it again. But
Boy, Jared.
I want to ask
If you guys watch our first podcast, this guy's on. This is Jared, $4. Check out our first podcast. Check out our first podcast. Jared, they're our close friends. We're close friends.
We're all one big happy family.
$4.
This is the kind
Tell
of
us what you do
relationship
really
we
quick.
got down here.
$4 crushes medical bills and empowers patient advocates. Crushed $5 million in medical bills, but we're double that now. So
Double that. So
and he's also the kindest human on the face of the earth.
yeah. So if your family's dealing with overwhelming medical expenses and stuff, $4.org, you can go right on there and find out how to get your medical debts forgiven. So, and it's free.
What a huge cost.
Because
What a
he
beautiful
has a
thing
huge
that they're
heart,
doing
like
out
you said.
there.
And from 4 months ago that they've doubled the last reported set
That's
of bills that they
insane.
provided.
That's
It's insane.
It
It's
shows
insane.
the dedication and the productivity of that
Yeah,
organization.
I had a
like
friend in
that.
Florida that was dealing with that. Told him about $4, and she was like, "Oh, they actually forgave my medical expenses."
And as personable as everybody is, this is an open establishment, folks. Part of this We Are Vancouver podcast is
Everybody
it's
loves
not just
everybody.
us that is Vancouver, it's everybody
We're
else too.
Vancouver.
So
We're
the we
Vancouver
is
as a
very
whole.
inclusive.
So
Shout out to
I
the
think between
community
the
around
four
us.
of us, we probably know this entire town.
yeah, we probably know
The whole patio,
The
we
entire
probably
town.
could name off everybody.
The
in
entire
There's a
area.
6 degrees to Kevin Bacon game.
It's like
We can make that a lot
Yeah.
more efficient.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we really can.
1 degree of Jeremiah.
Yeah. 1 degree of Jeremiah. Yeah, everyone knows Jeremiah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
Mr.
You're the
Vancouver
guy.
himself, I'll tell you what.
no, I like people.
So Sarah, tell us what's going on in this.
I know we have
this
some other
play
companies
before
here that
we.
have been sacking
Yeah.
them.
So this was my adamant, vehement contribution to our food menu. I wanted it, and I was like very stubborn about, because there was some talk about taking it off, and I said under no circumstance we're going to take that off the
Don't
menu.
take that off.
It's a nosh plate, and nosh of course means to snack.
Yeah.
And
I love
Pickled garlic.
Tiny little pickles.
I know the idea is like kind of a charcuterie board, but I wanted to provide a respite from pizza because I love pizza, but I don't always want to eat pizza.
Yeah.
And so we pickle all the vegetables in house. We do some like
Everything's
Toronto
in-house.
olives. I know you're not an olive fan, but and then we do like a
Actually, those olives I like now.
right?
Yeah,
Aren't they
I've
beautiful?
done them.
And then then just like an assortment of cured meats, an assortment of like beautiful cheeses. This is a truffle cheese. This is drunken goat, and that's a spreadable brie. And then we do pizza dough baguettes, and then we make like a little bit of sauce so you can have some dip.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Those pickled garlic cloves are great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So a little bit for everyone. So, talk about first. Obviously, you have the bar side, which is kind of 21 and over.
Yeah.
Right.
The rest of it is adults, kids, families. Stuff
So
like that.
it's all ages until 10.
All ages until 10.
In the arcade space and the restaurant space, which is really fun because you can bring your family in. You can have a
It's
really
like
good beer, and they can
perfect
play.
birthday party spot.
Exactly.
I mean, I think I came in here just on a whim in the late afternoon, and there was a little league team
Yeah.
in here, and I
was the best, man.
It's
I was
amazing.
transported to be like 9 years old, and
In a Pizza Hut. just-
kids in cleats clicking around,
I love
playing
it.
video games, playing
Absolutely,
pinball,
man.
eating pizza,
Yep.
getting cranked on soda.
Running around
Get in
in
the
circles.
claw machine, tell
And
you
having a
what,
great
dude.
time.
Absolutely.
So this
So awesome.
this is that environment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And your parents can sit in the corner and have a beer and just watch them do the thing.
Brilliant.
And then the bar side is more of just like a really community, I guess, centric environment and stuff like that. It's great drinks you guys have. Your tap list. Talk
Thank
about
you.
that.
Exactly. We've talked
Yeah.
a lot about the cocktails, but you have an extensive tap list.
Yeah, so we have 22 beers on tap on this side. We have 4 beers on tap on the pizza side. And then I have a whole cooler full of canned options that you can take to go,
Yeah.
which changes regularly. We have a combination of like really cool cellared options, and then
I saw some
just
CBD sodas and
CBD
stuff like
sodas,
that.
Olipop sodas, all sorts of weird. The idea was we wanted to have something for everyone. We
Yeah.
wanted to have, like, you can come in here with your friend that doesn't drink, and they are not going to feel alienated, like they
No.
can't hang out.
You guys got
And
huge
so-
diversity on the can.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
Huge.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, and it's just, I mean, it's been a really fun thing, and then you learn a lot about all of these different various, like, I actually have really been getting into the soda part of it, like all the
Cool.
weird sodas, and there's a lot of like really fun botanical soda waters.
Yeah, sure.
And that's becoming a really big thing right now. So, like herbal tonics, and so integrating all of my interests. And then Justin, he curates a lot of the keg situation. He curates the majority of the keg situation, and so he's really intentional about what we buy. We try and get the best from all of our favorite breweries.
And a lot of local, like
And a
mostly
lot of local,
yeah.
mostly local.
Well, we do live in that.
Yeah.
We live in the Northwest. We're gonna drink
I
Northwest
recognize
beer.
almost everyone that's on their top list, whether I've had the beer or not. Recognize almost everyone in all from
My little
almost-
side beer is a standard Pacific Northwest IPA by Brothers Cascadian.
I got the Block 15, which is another one. That's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
so
Doesn't make me thirsty.
Yeah, I really like, one of my favorite, I really like the cider. I'm the one that pretty much does the cider component of it. One of my favorite ciders is herb cider, low sugar, like low carbs. Tim Alexander, drummer from Primus, that's his cider company.
Hey!
Yeah.
right on.
No
And
shit.
they're out of Bellevue,
Just want to drink it.
outside
Yeah,
Seattle.
close, yeah.
Some of that Primus stuff, man. My
Yeah.
name is Mud.
That's awesome.
like that head.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
awesome.
Love
That's
this.
amazing. So where do people find you online? Information about you? I
Yes,
guess
yes.
like
Because I
social
presume
media.
your food, at least, you talked about the takeout cooler that you get. Is your pizza available for takeout?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Pizza's
can
available for takeout.
call us 360-597-3223. Say I want a pepperoni to go, and we'll get you a pepperoni to go.
And I think your Instagram is at Thirsty Sasquatch.
At
Is
the
that-
Thirsty Sasquatch.
At the Thirsty Sasquatch.
You guys
And
have
then you can
online
find it on
ordering
Facebook
available.
or just Google it.
Yeah.
And you'll find all the information and stuff.
It's a bevy of information. Ask the Oracle.
It is getting
Yes, the Oracle.
time to wrap it up.
So what's next? What are you excited about next for? I know you talked about some events and stuff like that. What's next for Thirsty Sasquatch and what you guys are doing here?
I mean, really, just get into the events component of it.
Yeah.
I think really, like, cultivating the culture that we want to create. We want to start really capitalizing on this beautiful space, but also, like, celebrating all the different diversity that Vancouver has to offer, and that
Yeah.
the growing diversity that
Yeah.
Vancouver has to offer. So,
Yeah.
We unfortunately have to start getting it wrapped up here, but to talk about your guys' events and stuff that you guys are doing,
We got a pop-up, a vintage pop-up. You can come shopping this Sunday
Oh, really?
and drink.
and then Tuesday
Get
we're
your
gonna be
vintage Timber Gauge shirt.
Tuesday we're gonna be doing Goon Burger. Did I hear that's gonna
Oh
be?
yeah, talk a little bit about the Goon
So we are collaborating with Goon Burger to do a Tuesday burger pop-up. So no pizza. Tuesdays from 4 to 10, we're gonna have Goon Burger in the space. You can have
Which
drinks
is a
by
nice
Thirsty.
smash burger.
A
If
beautiful
you've not had
smash
a Goon
nice
burger,
caramelization.
You're being a goon.
The boys do a great job. It's fucking delicious.
Goon Burger's awesome.
Don't know what a
Crackers.
burger is.
Yeah, you should
Okay.
Yes.
It's rad. So, and it's a really great way to change the energy in the space. Like last night.
Well, it's awesome
played
of you
some
to
classic
share
punk
with
rock.
them as
Yeah.
well, right?
That's such a community thing, like to share with, especially a startup, a pop-up like Goon Burger and stuff that are just getting their footing. Goon Burger's amazing, by the way, if you guys haven't tried them. Tuesday here
From
at
4 to
Thirsty
10.
Sasquatch from 4 to 10.
4 deals sold
Until
out.
at least February.
Until
It's
it's
sold out. So I mean,
until at least February.
and then you get yourself a burger. Or you
When
need
they-
to get in here earlier than later, okay? If you want to experience that deliciousness, you got to, okay?
And the way we usually end these podcasts is we take a Underberg together.
Nice natural
I
bitter
almost said
herbs
Underberg
digestive.
like a typical American.
Well, I guess, actually, Sarah, you could probably tell us what's in an Underberg.
It's an herbal digestive from Switzerland, Sweden,
Germany.
Somewhere
the
in
Alps,
the...
Germany.
Yeah.
From Germany. I don't know.
If you taste it, I bet you can pick out at least 3 of the
Yes.
ingredients.
44% of volume, natural flavors from herbs and roots.
Coolest. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and so one more time,
Okay.
Tuesday through Sunday, you guys are open
We're open every day of the week now.
every day of the week now.
Starting the 1st, we will be open at noon.
At
So
noon.
from noon to midnight every day.
Noon
except for
to
Tuesday.
midnight.
Hey, if you have a family, come get pizza. If you're just going out for a drink,
Come,
go out
stop
for a
in,
drink.
play some pinball,
Play
get
some
a
pinball,
cocktail.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Enjoy.
It's
Please, and just come talk to Sarah.
the atmosphere is phenomenal. The vibes are
people.
amazing, immaculate. I think is what they say. So, hey,
Immaculate.
cheers,
Cheers.
Salud. Kampai.
cheers, Vancouver.
Prost.
We love you guys. Till next time.
One, two, 3, 4.